Hello and welcome to the new performance test here. We are running 16 gigabytes of RAM with 3200 MHz, 1700X Ryzen 7 at 4 GHz, and a Vega Liquid Edition with custom settings with 1100 MHz on the HBM. I can see that here, as well as a 1700 1 volt mod with a 50% plus power target. Fan curve is stock. I've also activated the HBCC, so I can utilize some of the RAM as VRAM and increase performance with that. And interestingly, this was the first game that could actually utilize the additional video memory. Oops, do not pick these, but go here. Now you can actually choose the settings that you want. So we are running on my Acer 4K screen with a refresh rate of 60 Hz, though the maximum FPS cap is set to 250. This is the maximum. Freezing is off. Field of use is the standard mode. I had to set this one manually up from 720p. You can see the render resolution is actually my UHD resolution. This is the highest here. This is also, I think, everything on the highest. Yes. Fill remaining memory, this is off, and still you will see that we will be maxed out on the memory. Shader preload, this is activated. Maybe this is filling up my VRAM. Okay, so I set this all to the highest. Blah blah blah. Yeah, and that's it. Yeah, ambient occlusion. I put that off because I don't like that. Okay. So let's jump in and find a match. So gameplay wise, I tested Team Deathmatch so far. Gibraltar is the map for that. And in comparison to Battlefield 1, I really have to say that this game isn't for me. I'm much more a Battlefield 1 fan. The gameplay here just feels really static, whereas in Battlefield you can destroy the world and whatnot. But on the other hand, this is just the beta. You can activate your beta access. It's an open beta in Steam right now. So let's jump in, and you can see the performance in the top left corner. I just increased that a bit. Alright. So as you can see, we are already exceeding the 8 gigabytes of RAM of my RX Vega 64. And actually the RAM usage is also very high. However, I've seen much more than this. I think I set the HBCC to the smallest amount that I could do. That was around 11 gigabytes, and I had this also. I had the VRAM going up to 11 gigabytes. So yeah, as I walk around, you can see that this is actually rising and rising and rising. So what the game does is it doesn't map out unused video memory, video textures, just keeps them, and so this thing just fills up as you walk. You can see as soon as I start walking, this thing just fills up. And now we are actually at 11.6 gigabytes of VRAM usage, although my card just has 8. I think that's pretty interesting. Yeah, About the FPS, those are pretty playable. It was on a snow map that the FPS were pretty much just around 60, so they were a little bit lower there. However, on this map, Gibraltar, you can see I'm playing here. I'm just walking around based on the minimap. Yeah, the FPS are pretty stable, and you can play this game really well on UHD. Okay, so now I got finally shot. And now we've got the RAM usage warning. I had this the last time as well. There we go. This is the RAM usage warning, and I just noticed that I don't even have Chrome open, so yeah, I think this HBCC thing isn't so user friendly. I opened up the game and now it just crashed with a fatal error, create 2D texture. So clearly it says there is not enough memory for this process. So the caged sun shadows, yeah, the caged sun shadow 2D textures are missing, as because my RAM was full. I think Windows just mapped it onto my SSD. This game is installed on my 1TB Evo 840 SSD, by the way. So yeah, I don't know. This could also just be down to the beta of the game. This is the last frame that got rendered in-game, so we were at 15.2 gigabytes of RAM from my 16, so pretty substantial usage. This is the highest usage I've ever seen, as well as the VRAM usage of 11.3 gigabytes. Okay. The game crash isn't down to my overclock. I've tested that on all other games that I obtained and play, like PUBG, Battlefield 1, etc. And my overclock is stable, as well as the VRAM overclock. The HBM does only get to 75 degrees during gaming and rendering, so that's why it's stable at 1.1 gigahertz. You can also see that although I've set 50% plus power target, we didn't reach the 1700 megahertz range, sadly, but that's like that in all games, I think. Okay, so that shall be it for now. This was the 4K recap for Call of Duty World War II multiplayer. For now, this is all I can give you. So thanks for watching and see you next time.